Right then, everybody, I best say that welcome to ARL-TV for the V8 Supercars at Oulton Park. Seeing as my colleague's been a little bit shy this morning, as Tim Falters does a very eloquent spin there on the main straight. 10 seconds left to qualify, and I best go through it myself. Simon Black is on pole with Trevor Johnson in second place, Justin Giandomenico in third, Martin Atkins fourth, Matt Burnett 5th, and Tommy Cumper in 6th, Chris Stone 7th, Michael Middleton 8th, Tim Falters 9th, and Damien Butler 10th. Simon Black and Marty Atkins neck and neck in the championship. It'll be interesting to see what we get here. Black with the advantage here, so I will bring in properly Alex Simpson.
Hello. Hello.
I bet this is going to be a good race, and to be honest, if anybody does start at the back, it's not necessarily going to be a bad thing, I think, because it's notorious for a bit of chaos in the first corner here.
Yeah, definitely. I think
in real life and in the sim.
That first lap is always a little bit tight here, the chicanes, things like that. So yeah, I think this is going to be tough going the first few laps, but we should see it filter out nicely into a good race, I think.
Indeed, the forming up on the grid. The grid's on a slight corner as well, slight left-hand corner. That must make it difficult with the grid starting these V8 Supercars, Alex.
Yeah, I think any car where you've got to start, you've got to start on a little bit of a corner is going to be tough.
This car, I think, it's an evil machine when it wants to be.
Just the guys slowly take to the grid.
The guys at the back of the grid saying that they can't actually see the front of the grid, so they don't know when to go. Just give a little shout out to our sponsors before we start the race. Pagnian Imports, suppliers of fine quality racing rigs, Sim News Daily and iRacing, of course. Big thanks to those guys. Indeed. Simon Black's on pole. Who's going to get the initiative at the beginning here? It's going to be fun, Alex, I reckon. 30 laps of Oulton Park.
Green, green, green!
Green flag waves. And it's a terrific start by Simon Black. Yeah. He's going to get into the first corner first.
Trevor's having a little look.
Already contact.
Marty Atkins a bit further back. He's managed to make a couple of places up there as well into third place.
Off goes Michael Middleton and Dean Prescott and Roman Alcala, Mike Noble.
Yeah, just on board here with some of the action a bit further back as well. So
didn't see what happened, Alex. Did you?
No, but we'll see if we can spool that up in a second and have a little look. Just let everybody settle down into their positions.
To the chicane Hislop for the first time. Up and over the crest, and Simon Black has got a decent advantage on the first lap. Down into Knickebroke. Yeah, nicely done. It's always quite difficult to negotiate chicanes in this car. Not a great turning circle, really. The top 7 are away because I think everybody else came to grief on that first lap, Alex.
Yeah, I'm going to just quickly jump away now to see if we can't get that spooled up and had a look at.
I'll tell you that Richard Lucky has started the race.
Did he start from the back, did he?
He did, yes. Dave Oliver did as well. I think both of those guys have managed to avoid the carnage, as Dave Oliver's looking on Ryan Littlemore and gets through. Meanwhile, at the front, we've got Simon Black with increased pressure now from Trevor Johnson.
Yeah, just having a quick look now then at this replay of the start.
Okay.
Drivers all coming down. Yeah, it just looks like someone got a little tap from behind there, a few cars. Oh yeah, just nowhere really to go. A few other guys spinning off the tracks. It's difficult, isn't it? That first corner, very, very difficult. A lot of drivers taking to the grass to avoid the action. Some damage there.
It's very easy for it all to bunch up into that first corner, isn't it? We've seen it several times, like I say, in real life, and sometimes guys just don't have anywhere to go there. I think that was the case here.
We lost a few drivers there as well already by the looks of it.
5 drivers up to pit.
It's a shame to see them disconnect, and I never like to see anybody disconnect because they have a fast tow, so they can get themselves back in the race. There's no real need for them to quit out. You know?
Yeah.
And I mean this with no disrespect. They're not likely to win the race anyway. From looking at the drivers that have pitted out, so get yourself back on there, and you never know what's going to happen. Who's going to crash out? Where are you going to finish? Lots of points up for grabs in the middle of the table.
We have had races where guys have had a crash on the first lap and gone on to finish in the top 5 because they've used their fast tow, and everybody else has come to grief. And that's decided championships once or twice for us, hasn't it? Things like that. People persevering and not giving up. I know the reactions to give up, but
we've got, I think that's Tim Foltz, is it, spinning in the back there. A couple of the teammates, REM guys.
Oh, I can see that actually. Yep. Off goes Damien McConkey as well. Folter's trying to make his way back onto the track without hitting anyone. And it's quite difficult when he's sideways. I think he's okay though, I don't think...
Yeah, Richard Lucky up into 13th place at this point.
Yeah, and he's pressuring... Look, could be Cedric Finsack, is it? Who's that in the blue Kimmy's Rule fencing machine? Oh, it's Brendan O'Brien. As up the inside goes David Oliver. It's a good move from him. He's been pretty impressive this season, David Oliver, actually, very consistent. Showed some nice pace. We're having a go at O'Brien shortly.
Yeah,
he's already through.
Yeah, he's through.
Oh, Richard Lucky getting very sideways over that crest. Remember that well from the IndyCar days, Alex?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it seems like Brenton got himself a really good start, made up a lot of positions, and he's just sort of trying to settle down and not do anything rash and just maintain a pace. I wonder if he's going for a long stint here.
Well, 20th on the grid for O'Brien, he's now 13th, so... And you know what, his pace is improving race by race as well. You definitely see that. The practice is definitely paying off, because he's keeping up with David Oliver here.
Yeah, and Richard's having a little look. This is the place to do it. You can't really defend on the outside there. You just have to concede, otherwise you're going to end up in the wall on the right.
Such a fast corner. There's no margin for error at all in that situation.
Oh, Lucky just loose on the exit. He's managed to hold on to the position here. I think if it had been the other layout, he might have... Brenton might have got back there, but the fact that the chicane's so close.
We've got a crash at the hairpin. That's Ryan Littlemore coming back onto the track right into the path of Mark Noble. And that probably, I reckon that could probably be a black flag.
Well, I think all penalties are being issued post-race this time round, so...
It was not good at all, that. Just a tip for guys who maybe just forget a little bit, is use your relative. You know, if somebody's coming, do everything you can to stay out of the way, especially if you're being lapped.
Romo Alcala there just looks like he was being lapped. Not sure what happened. I guess he was caught up in the start as well.
Yeah, he was. He was. He had to go. He had to go off the track. One lap down. But you know what? I'll give Roma credit as well. He always comes back and keeps trying, no matter what happens at the beginning. And to be honest, he's had a few start line troubles this season, but he's kept fighting on. He's used the repairs available to him.
Yeah, this battle for second place is heating up quite nicely. It's just going to jump on board and watch some of that. Obviously, Trevor in second. Actually, he's just pulled away a tiny little bit from Marty Atkins there, but Justin's putting a lot of pressure on Marty here.
Dave Oliver got past Cedric Finsack at the hairpin. Dived up the inside. It was a really nice move actually. And now Richard Lucky's having a look at Cedric. Cedric's the newest Lenovo driver, isn't he?
I think he is, yeah. I think he's just joined Lenovo, so it's nice to see that team expanding out a little bit.
He's looking a bit quicker this weekend as well than he was in his first outing. Good stuff from him. But yeah, we do have a good, got some good battles going all the way through the field here. We've also got, like you said, a pretty decent battle for the lead with 4 cars involved.
Oh, we've got someone off. Not sure who that is at the moment. Just recovering back to the track.
Got Dean Prescott up in 9th place, Alex. And he qualified 21st. And he's up into 9th place. And he's got Brett Spicer for company now. That's very impressive from Dean. That's a terrific start. Novo will be delighted with that. Especially since their lead driver isn't racing today. And Spicer hitting Prescott at the hairpin. And that'll do the Lenovo car no good at all.
Yeah, let's just see if we can bring up both these battles that are on track at the moment. And actually, it looks like Dean's gone into the runoff area there, so I'm not sure what's happened to him. I think that's affected his car somewhat.
Tell you what, Alex, Tommy Cumper is coming back into this battle at the front because he's just got past Matt Burnett. He's 5 seconds off the lead now. Well, it's now 6 actually after he's been battling with Matty, but he's looking quick. 1:41.4. It's a second off the leader's pace, but he did actually have to pass a car on that lap. So I think Cumper could figure in this race at the end.
Yeah, and actually, I was just about to say, I think Trevor Johnson's getting closer and closer to Simon as well. So battle for the lead is starting to hot up as well.
Simon's not slowing down either. 1:40.3. Johnson 1:39.8. Then you've got Atkins 1:40.6. Justin on 1:40.8. Coming back to Tommy Cumper though, he has won in this championship before, hasn't he? And we'd be looking for another one here.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a long race. I mean, 30-lap race, so we're only lap 7 at the minute. So he's got time. We've got pit stops. So he can make some time up there as well.
Yeah, and Oulton Park's deceptively long in this configuration as well. As Richard Lucky's in the pits now, is that scheduled or not? Just go back and have a look.
He's probably trying to get track position. That to me, I think from lap 7 on, they can make it from here if they pit with the fuel restrictions that are in place. So I'm thinking he's thinking, right, let's get some fresh boots, let's try and get some undercut, and get track position. I might be wrong, but
I think you are actually. Let's have a look what happened here. I think he might have had some damage. He went off the track, turn 1, but that was after I think he. Ah, there we go. Oh, he went right into the back of Cedric Finsack. He missed his braking completely. And I think Finsack might be out as well. Well, did he get back to the pits, Cedric, there? No, he just carried on, so he seems alright.
Yeah, it looks like Richard had to fast tow as well, so let's just see if we can... that was what I caught the tail end of earlier on as well on the stream, was obviously the skin not caught up with me, so...
So you weren't sure what happened?
Yeah, let's just spool that up for everybody to have a look at.
Cedric does look like he's lagging a little bit. I don't know whether that's that could have been the cause of it. Meanwhile, at the front though, the lead was down to 0.8 of a second. Meanwhile, at the front though, the lead's down to 0.8 of a second for Simon Black. It's now up to 1.2 again, so the trading times up front, 140.4 for Black on that last lap. Very nice pace from him, and you know, Tommy Cumper is slightly faster than Justin, so...
It seems to me like Simon's perhaps covering this off a little bit. He's keeping that sort of 1 second barrier. He doesn't want to burn out the tyres too much, so he's just trying to conserve them when Trevor's just getting a little bit close. He just gives it a little spurt just to get away a bit. I mean, they were ridiculously close in qualifying, so it could just be that they're absolutely going balls out and that's where they're exchanging the times, but
yeah.
It does look a little bit like he's trying to cover it off, and I think Trevor just made a little mistake there into the chicane.
Simon Black's impressed me a lot this season, and it might be because I didn't know a lot about him at the beginning of the season, but he's just surprised me with his pace and his racing ability, really.
I have to say both the CST guys, I would say that too. You know, we're not obviously massive followers on the official series, so we don't know who's who and things like that, but you know, they've come into this league, they've been, you know, great members so far, and you know, they've helped everybody out, and you know, they've just performed really well at every race. You know, you can't... Their consistency and their, you know, top fives that they get. I mean, even when they have sort of a bad race, both drivers have had a bit of a shocker, caught up in something, but still managed to work their way back up and get a, you know, some a podium, but most top fives. So, you know, it's fantastic. You know, it's good to see. I mean, that is the example of what we said. You know, what I was saying about earlier, you know, you get a fast tow. You know, these guys, they were involved in lap 1 incidents, got damaged, pitted on lap 1, got their fast tow, yeah, were at the back of the grid, worked their way back up and got a podium. You know, you can do it, yeah, so, you know, it's really worthwhile drivers just sticking out there. Don't, you know, just quit out. It's never good.
Yeah, I mean, we all understand that you can be annoyed, you can be angry after an incident that, you know, potentially puts you out of contention to win the race. But, you know, it's about getting as many points as you can, and those extra sort of maybe 4 or 5 positions you might gain by carrying on might come to really help you at the end of the season. Now look at Trevor Johnson under severe pressure. He was, at least, from Marty Atkins. Now, these chicanes here at Oulton Park, Alex, are really causing trouble and really stringing the cars out on occasion.
Yeah, it seems like Trevor's struggling with the first chicane, but Marty with the second chicane, actually. Yep. So Marty catches up and then loses the ground there. So I think Justin's just struggling to get past. That's it. I think he's probably got a little bit more pace than Marty underneath him, but there's just no way through at the minute. I mean, Oulton is quite a difficult track to overtake at the best of times.
Yeah, overtaking is it's never been easy here. Never. I think that's all that's stopping Trevor actually from being able to lead this race. Is just a little bit of consistency at the moment. Just struggling slightly.
Yeah, lap 11 of 30. I mean, I think if Trevor can get up to the back of Simon just for when they pit, You know, I think that's going to be his best opportunity to try and make a move. Is you know, let's get something done in the pit stop phase, and we'll really see what Simon's got underneath him.
Just coming back to what you were saying about new members and you know, people being really good parts of the community like Marty and Simon. It's terrific to see a new driver coming in and really embracing the whole league spirit and also increasing the quality of the field, which means the racing's better, and it means that everybody else sees that and tries to improve. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a 4-car battle here for the lead. And
Potentially 5.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 drivers that, you know, you would think would be in this, and that's Lucky and Stamenkovic. They're not racing today.
Yep.
You know, and we've had people like John Emerson as well. He comes in and does as many races as he can as well, which is great. So, really does make it exciting up the front. You know, it's good for us to commentate on, and it's good for us to it's good for everyone to watch back as well. You know, it's nice that we're getting good quality races now, and not just a couple of guys running away with it and sort of midfield battles. So, I mean, we're focusing a lot on what's happening at the front, but I think you have to when it's a 4-car battle for the lead.
I agree with that.
But you know, we're not shy to jump back and look at the midfield action.
The sad thing is that when we get an exciting lead battle, that's when it all kicks off in the midfield as well. No, this is great though. I mean, there's nothing really happening in terms of overtaking, things like that, but it's great to see 4 cars fighting it out for the victory. And like we said, that it's what ARL's all about as well. You know, fast, clean and fair, and that's what this is all about, our V8 Supercar series.
We did have a little shot there of a battle a bit further back, I think between Brett Spicer and Chris Brooks here.
Stephen McPherson's at the front of that.
Yeah.
For Kimmy's Rural Fencing, sorry. 2 Kimmy's Rural Fencing teammates, and then Chris Brooks. This is the battle for 11th position. Yeah,
where did Chris Brooks qualify? Did he get caught up in that first corner mayhem?
Qualified 13th and is 13th.
So he stayed about right.
Yeah, but most of the cars that got eliminated at the beginning were behind. We're sort of behind that. Alcala 14th, Figueiredo 15th, Mark Noble's out as well, 17th. Yeah, most of those guys came to grief at the beginning. Chris Stone just behind as well.
It's nice
Chris
to
Stone
see.
Was 7th. He must have gone off and come back on, and then got hit by someone. Look at this though. This is tight now into the chicane. All 3 guys fighting hard.
It's nice to see a battle between teammates as well. There's a lot of respect. Oh, he's just given the position. No, McPherson, you defend it for all you're worth. Nice to see that he pulled in front of Chris though. He weren't letting Chris have any of that.
I think he was holding him up a little bit though. But yeah, it's a little disappointing, is that? But yeah, he was holding up his teammate quite badly, I think. So might be better to just let Spicer, go about his business. I think Brett Spicer's potential would be quite good. He just needs bit of experience, bit of seasoning.
Yeah, I mean, from my experience on iRacing and in different series, it takes sort of a good 2 seasons to get up to your full potential in the car. You know, you have a season, which I think probably Brett's just about done a season in the car because he joined late last season, if I remember rightly.
Probably done 2 now.
So, but yeah, then, you know, the second season you really start to find a little bit more time and get to it, and then in the 3rd season, you know, you sort of start to plateau a little bit. So I think, you know, there's still a bit of time for Brett to find, and I think he will do that, and we'll see him perhaps sort of fighting for top 10s more often than not next season.
Yeah, that's it. And you know, we're seeing a lot of good improvements here, and I'm very, you know, it does make you quite proud to see drivers who started off, you know, at the back of the grid, essentially, come through to be race winners, and that's the dream for us to see one day. As I think we've had Romer Alcala having a little bit of an excursion at the Hislop chicane. Now at the front, the gap is now 3 seconds. We've had Justin pitted, I believe.
Yeah, he's behind Lucky at the moment.
Now he's got to put the hammer down.
And actually, looks like he's jumped both the CST drivers, but the back marker gets in the way, and I think that's let Simon retain the lead. Otherwise, he would have done it.
What's going on there?
He'll be livid with that. He pulled the perfect move in the pits, got the undercut.
What is going on there? What's Richard Lucky doing? He needs to get out of the way. Dear me.
Yeah.
I don't like that when back markers affect the race, and Justin did a perfect.
He had the opportunity to let him go down a couple of straights there, so he probably should have done that. But
down the start finish straight is where he should have let him go. Oh well, never mind. Just disappointing for Justin, because he'd done everything right. Everything right. And taken away from him there. Now it's up to Trevor Johnson really to put in some good laps at the front. Try, if anything, to capitalise.
And I think another driver that pitted as well is Tommy Kumper. And he's certainly a lot closer to the CST guys as well. But again, Richard's just in the way. He'll need to move over and let him go.
I realise that Richard's first race in the series, and he's a quick driver. Just needs to be more aware of the back markers. It's not like I know. There we go. Let Tommy through.
Yeah, he's let Tommy through there, so that was good.
I don't know if I might be presuming a little bit too much here, but I don't know if some of the American drivers just forget sometimes about the blue flags and things like that.
Yeah, because you don't really need to do it in sort of some of the American series. It's sort of advisory, isn't it? So you see him racing.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, completely different here. It's get out of the way.
Yeah, in America, the leader, it's up to the leader to get through, isn't it? Essentially.
Yeah.
Which is how it used to be, isn't it? Back in the day in Europe, it used to be.
And actually, what we have missed just off there, Trevor Johnson has jumped Simon Black. He's had his pit stop. He's out. He's in second place at the moment. So the leader currently is.
It's Matt Burnett, isn't it?
Matt Burnett. So he stayed out as well. So let's see if Matt manages to catch some positions. I mean, he was battling with Tommy. So let's see where that pans out.
Matt was only 5 seconds behind Trevor. So we'll see if he can get into this hunt now. It looks like Simon had a pretty poor pit stop though to lose all the ground that he did. It's nice to see Matt Burnett leading the race. He's going to come over and lead a lap. And this is the sort of thing that I was talking about when you're being quite proud of someone. I know it's in the middle of the pit stop phase, but it's great to see Matty Burnett with the P1 next to his name.
Yeah, I think we were talking about Matty last race as well, saying how much that sort of we've seen him improve, and this is just another example of it, really. So
I do have to check with you though. Did he win a race in season 1?
No, I don't think he did. I think didn't he get a podium, and that was like we followed him with the podium, I think.
Yeah, that's right. I think so. I think it was at Road Atlanta or one of those tracks, wasn't it? It's very, very tough to remember, but I think that's it. Now we've got 5 cars now, within sort of 8 seconds of each other still. Matt Burnett will be looking to insert himself into the middle of the battle. Half distance, Alex. It's been a good one so far.
Yeah, it has. It's been a great race.
We'll see if excitement can carry on into the second half. Trevor Johnson's pulled a good pit stop strategy though to take the lead. Justin would have actually might have been in front of both of them if it wasn't for the interference from a back marker.
Just having a quick look at actually that replay now, you can see Richard really didn't have anywhere to go, because obviously he had Simon on the right, so in his defence a little bit he was like, oh, what do I do, where do I go, and he sort of just sort of squeezed Justin out there, but it was so close looking at it back now, so almost had him.
Leaders pitting, Alex. Burnett's in.
See where he comes out. Dean Prescott and Cedric having a battle here. No, they're not. They're 10 seconds apart. It's just Dean putting a lap on Ryan Littlemore, I think.
There go the leaders. And Burnett's out a few seconds behind the leaders, like he was before, really.
Yeah, he's going to be on fresh rubber now, though. So
He is.
let's see if he can close that gap up.
He's got to try and make the most of it. So Trevor Johnson leads, and he's got a decent advantage now, two and a bit seconds over Simon Black. Justin is behind him.
It's not just me, thank you.
I don't know what happened there. Marty Atkins is 5th, and Tommy Cumper in 6th.
And you're normally the name guy.
I am. I'm disappointed.
Got back marker here coming into play, one of the Kimmy Rule fencing. And it's Brenton O'Brien.
Hey, O'Brien, a lap down.
Oh, just perhaps not getting out of the way quick enough there for Simon's liking. He's got the pressure really on him now, adjusting behind, but I think he's had Trevor behind him all race, so it's no let up for Simon really.
No, let's a little rundown. Oh, go on. Sorry.
No, and I was just saying as he was bumping over the curbs there, car looking like it was getting a little unsettled, but one thing about the V8s is you can give them a whack over the curb and they're not too bad.
You can, they get away with it a little bit. We saw that at Zolder, didn't we? There's a few guys smashing the curbs left, right and centre. If you can do it, why not? I'll have a little rundown of the order then. So Johnson leads, Black 2nd, Justin D, G and Domenico is 3rd, Matty Atkins 4th, Tommy Cumper 5th, Matt Burnett in 6th. Then it's a huge gap, 33 seconds, back to Michael Middleton in 7th. Then another big gap of 17 seconds to Dave Oliver in 8th. I think the gaps are changing though as we speak, because it still isn't updated from the previous lap when the leader pitted. So I think the gaps will change. But Dave Oliver's 8th, Kevin Johnston 9th, Dean Prescott in 10th, Cedric Finsack 11th, Brett Spicer 12th, Chris Brooks 13th, Stephen McPherson in 14th, Tim Falters 15th, Damien McConkey 16th, and then a lap down, Brenton O'Brien, Richard Lucky, Isaac de Figueiredo and Roma Alcala. Ryan Littlemore 2 laps down, and out of the race Mark Noble, Chris Stone and Damien Butler.
Yeah, it's shame to see Mark
Tim
out
Falters
of the race.
Tim Falters has spun, Alex. Back straight, oh dear.
Yeah, just saw
Right in front of the leader as well.
he's having a bit of a mare today, I think, Tim. I think he was caught in something else earlier on, wasn't he, when he had to rejoin the track? Everybody streamed past him.
He spun off then, I think, as well. I think he spun off 2 or 3 times. It's unusual to see him spinning, actually. I've never really seen him do that very much, but
Trevor Johnson seems to be pulling away a little bit now, as far as I can tell. I mean, I think Simon's under a lot of pressure from Justin here, which is where most of his focus is being put, you know. It's never easy to get decent lap times in when you've got one eye on your rear view mirror.
no, that's it. 41.1 last time for Johnson, 41.5 for Simon. Tommy Cumpy, he's only 7 seconds behind, Alex, still. He was 7 seconds behind after about 4 or 5 laps.
And he's closing in on the back of Marty Atkins there as well. So
In fact,
I think
he was the fastest man on the track last time around, 40.7 for Cumper. So not quite the fastest lap of the race, but pretty close. In fact, he's been pumping in the times, Alex, the last 30 since he came out of the pits. 39.4, 39.7, 39.9, and then 40.7. So by far the fastest man.
yeah, what we lap 19 of 30 as well. So he's got the time to get on the back of these guys. I think
getting past it's going to be difficult, though, isn't it?
As we're seeing now with Justin, I mean, he was. This is an opportunity, though, I would think. Side by side, Simon's got the inside line covered. Gonna get the cut back.
Defend it.
Tried to get the cut back. Oh, contact made. I think Justin's gonna get a penalty for that post race.
Oh dear me! Just a little bit clumsy, wasn't it? Well, that's destroyed the 4-car battle then.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee that will get him some sort of a penalty. I understand what he's trying to do there. You got to get the cut back, but unfortunately Simon was too wise there and placed his car in the perfect position, preventing that from happening.
The good thing for Simon is that there wasn't anybody really. Well, it's Matt Burnett that's been behind him, so Simon only really lost. Well, he lost 3 positions, but it could have been a lot worse if the race had been a little bit closer. He's only 1 and a bit seconds behind Matt Burnett, so there's a chance of a top 5 still for Simon. He's still going to be gutted with that. He's still going to be very frustrated and annoyed. Fastest man on the track again that time was Tommy Cumper, closely followed by Matt Burnett actually. So good stuff there.
Yeah, Matt Bennett's going to be quick, you see. He's got that fresh rubber in comparison to everybody else. So, and I think actually Matt did get in front of Simon as well. So Simon's dropped all the way back down to 6th place now. So yeah, he'll be gutted with that.
I do have to say, we do talk about this often, but this laser scanned version of Oulton Park is tremendous, really brilliant.
Yeah, I remember when it come out, it was one of the, at the time it was one of the best jobs I think they'd done. To be fair, it was fantastic.
Still is, I think it's very impressive. And it really, we've all driven this track before on older games, things like that, and this is the first one that's really been able to bring the track to life, bring the bumpiness and the difficulty of it.
Marty Atkins really struggling out there now. He just got a bit loose coming out of the last corner, and again, coming out of turn 1, I think that was. So yeah, he seems to be struggling there. Tommy obviously really starting to put the pressure on now. 9 laps to go.
The thing is though for Atkins is he can see 2nd place, and maybe that's driving him on. Maybe it's, even though it's motivating him, maybe it's also just making him drive a little bit erratically. But Cumper's been excellent in this race. He really has. This
is Atkins' chance to get the lead in the championship back as well. Only 9 points behind his teammate. His teammate's now down into 6th position, so he's certainly not going to get any bonus points from a clean race like the guys have been getting pretty much round after round. So he's got a good opportunity to get sort of 20-30 point jump on him in this race, and get a little lead in this championship.
Yeah, and although that lead won't be as big if Tommy Cumper can catch and pass Marty Atkins, which he's actually looking like doing at the moment. We have said that when Tommy Cumper gets to learn a car, he's very very difficult to beat.
Yeah, and there's nothing like a bit of motivation of having a driver sort of 1.5, 2 seconds in front of you to try and catch as well. That can really help to sort of like fuel the lap times that you can get. I mean, I know I've followed people before, and all of a sudden you're doing sort of 1/4 second a lap faster than you've ever achieved before. Oh, Simon Black with back marker there. That's not what he wants. So he braked hard, locked up into the barrier. So he looks like he's got damage. Whether or not that's going to cause him,
he won't be able to carry on. He went straight on anyway. I don't think he's going to be able to rescue that. It's quite a big hit.
The race has gone from bad to worse. Such a good start. Well, he was leading the way earlier on.
I don't really know why that happened, really. Strange one. I mean, he does have enough of a gap behind him. If he could go a second a lap slower, but I think he's going to struggle with the handling of that car, surely. No.
His only saving grace might be is that the wall wasn't flat, or the tyre barrier wasn't flat.
And got right straight.
Yeah, so it was a bit of an angled hit, which sort of rotated the car, so it might be alright. These can take a bit of a whack, and yeah.
He may damage the suspension on one side, but maybe not too badly. It looks alright, to be fair.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that and see how that progresses. But Tommy Compa certainly getting closer and closer to Marty Atkins here.
Yeah, and it's on his home circuit as well. Oulton Park.
Trevor Johnson just coming up to a back marker.
We do see him, and it's funny, isn't it? We have seen English drivers perform much better at home races as well in the V8 Supercars the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's fair to say Trevor Johnson's a bit of an all-rounder, though. He's done really well in most tracks. I mean, I think his two sort of, shall we say, poor finishes at Watkins and last round at Zolder, I think he's had another one as well, were mainly down to sort of being involved in some sort of incident that has either affected his car, or you know, a couple of them have been not of his doing. I mean, he had nothing. There's nothing he could do at Watkins, and there was nothing he could do last week at Zolder as well. So, but both tracks he's shown really good pace, qualified well. So I think as we've got, I think that was Damien just getting a little bit loose going into the hairpin. But yeah, I think he's I'm not quite sure how it stands with drop rounds and things like that now, but he's certainly going to be pushing towards the end of the season in this championship. But I think he might have already dropped, or have had effectively too many drops to actually go for the championship. But I think he's certainly a top three still on as a possibility.
I'm just thinking about that. Actually, we're almost coming up to one year on iRacing. It feels like much longer than that. But yeah, 1 year.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I mean, you know, we just thought let's give it a try. I certainly wouldn't have thought I'd be sat here right now commentating on V8 Supercar League. No.
And you know, going from not being sure whether it'd even run on the computer to doing this, it's terrific. It's great. It's fantastic. But it just feels like it's been such a long time. And yet it's only been 11 months. Madness.
Yeah, how
11
things
months since our rookie days, eh?
I know how things have changed from then as well. Right, just as I think that's Marty Atkins makes his way past McPherson. Yeah, just going to have a quick jump on board with Tommy Compa here, obviously, because he's still trying to chase down Marty Atkins. It seemed to have sort of stalled a little bit. I think he's got to that position now on the track where it just becomes a little bit difficult to do. So we've got Tim Foltz diving up the inside of Makonji. Doesn't make the move stick.
Let's see what Mr. Compa can see. That's when the Kimmy's Rural Fencing Cars has a bit of a difficult time of it going around the hairpin. Really hammering the curbs. Very close to those little tyre barriers. But Compa's on it. He really is. You can just tell. From the driver's eye view. Catching up on the braking. Great deal. I think he can smell a podium finish here, Alex.
Yeah, he's actually hammered Tom here. I think no, that's not the right. I'm useless.
Start again.
He's got the hammer down.
There we go.
It's early morning.
We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant.
Well, at least it's not.
He's going for it, basically.
At least it's not a race of nutrition.
No. No, that's it. Or Martin Wishy-Washy is involved either.
Yeah, wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, we digress. Tommy Compa.
One thing that we can digress to from our days in the F1 commentary is that Tommy Compa is right up his sphincter now.
Yeah, indeed he is.
Well and truly. And if you were to kick Marty Atkins up the arse, Tommy Compa would get a concussion at the moment. As wide, very wide there. This corner's scary, Alex, the one before the hairpin. Very difficult one, and there's no runoff area. If you go wide on the right hand side, you're in that tyre barrier.
Yeah, I mean, these cars not so bad because you can't take it flat. You have to lift anyway. But some of the aero cars that were taking it flat out and it barely made it, they were the real tricky ones because if you got them wrong, you were done.
Oh, yep. You were on the limit going round it flat, weren't you? That was the thing. But you could gain quite a lot of time. Oh, Kumper very nearly into the tyre barrier as he tried to get that car turned in, as Atkins sliding it around. It really doesn't look, when you go on board with the driver in this V8 supercar, it really looks so much more exciting and difficult than it looks on the TV cam view.
Yeah,
Completely manic.
You get a true sense of how the drivers are working this car. So you don't. I mean, they make it look easy from outside. The car looks so smooth, but actually they really are working hard. And actually, Tommy's closer than he's ever been, I think, at this point. Let's jump back on board and just have a quick look at this.
Just a quick question, Alex. Are we going back to Brands Hatch this year?
It's a good question, and we might be. Let's let me just have a quick look at the schedule.
Because if we are going back to Brands Hatch, I think we should go for it again, and we should join in again.
Yeah, round 11 Brands Hatch. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll jump in. It's the end of the season, so
we'll try not to crash this time. I think that's a good idea. No, we got pretty good. I think I got an 8th place or something last time. So, oh, Kumper, I'm sure he might have made contact with that tyre barrier there, Alex.
Yeah,
he's right behind Atkins now.
I think you must be a little bit delayed, mate. There, a little bit more than normal.
Possibly.
But yeah, he was really close. I was just about to jump. Well, I just jumped back on board, but then he lost some ground there. So Tommy trying everything. Got Middleton here having a pretty lonely race, 7th place, but he's drove well. We've sort of not really focused much on him, but yeah. Dean Prescott got Kevin Johnson right behind him in these closing stages as well. 3 laps to go.
I think that Simon Black's going to get away with 6th place as well, and I think he made the right decision to stay out. He's losing 1 to 2 seconds a lap, but he's got enough of a gap that he'll be able to just stay there if he keeps it on the track. So good effort there. Yeah,
Marty Atkins with back marker in front of him. This is what Tommy will be hoping for, but back marker stays out of the way nicely. Is Tommy going to get through in time? Yes, he is. Yeah, another driver that's having a bit of a lonely race there was McPherson. I think he had Romeo Alcala for company a lap down. Lots of little individual battles kicking off now, I think, with these closing stages.
11 cars still on the lead lap, and it's been a good race as Brett Spicer endeavours to try to make it 10 cars on the lead lap by going off the track. It's been a pretty good effort here from the guys at Oulton, and 12 seconds between the top 5 drivers. That's pretty good as far as this V8 Supercar Series goes, because they are long races.
Yeah, Tim Foltz here, just trying to look like he's trying to get an extra place back. Closing stages.
Yeah, McConkey there.
He's had a bit of a mare as Tim this race.
Yeah, but if he can get a couple more positions, it's extra points. I think he's still capable of a top 6, maybe top 8 championship finish. It's definitely quick enough if he can keep it on the black stuff. Definitely an all-action driver is Tim, though. Never a dull moment.
No, indeed. He's had his penalties for it as well.
Well, that's it, exactly. And he's looking up the inside. That's not the place where you want to overtake. This might be, though, into the final corner.
Yeah, you're definitely behind. Oh, there's contact between them.
Is that it's turn 1?
Yeah.
No, that's
You'll
miles
see.
behind. No, I'm
Yeah.
not so far behind. Oh, okay. And his Falters ends up facing the wrong way for about the third or fourth time. I think you've gone back live again, haven't you?
No, no, I'm still 5 seconds.
And Tim Falters is not happy with his driving, shall we say, over the team radio. Oh dear.
Right, we're 2 laps to
Poor
go.
Tim.
Let's just quickly have a look at the leader, because he has been driving fantastically. Looks like the battle between Marty Atkins and Tommy Cumper has died off. So I'm guessing Tommy must have picked up a tiny little bit of damage there.
It's only 1 and a bit seconds between each of the cars, then second, third and fourth. Matt Burnett just 12 seconds behind. He's had a really, really nice, solid race. And his pace has definitely improved as he's gone along. I mean, he was 8 seconds behind after 6 laps. He's now only 12 seconds behind. Really good effort.
Yeah, I think with Matty, he's driving more and more consistently each week, and you know, if you can keep banging in your times, you know, consistency's the key to any sort of, you know, really decent top 5 finish. If you can avoid making a mistake that's going to cost you 2 or 3 seconds, you know, and you're only losing perhaps quarter to half a second a lap, at the end of the race you're going to be there. You're only going to be like 15 seconds behind if it's half a second a lap. You know, that's the key thing. You don't have to be really fast, and there's a lot of people that just that can be really quick, but they'll make a 2 or 3 second mistake here and there, and they'll end up 20 seconds behind. So
that's the thing, is if you make a mistake that costs you 4 or 5 seconds every, you know, 5 times in a race, there's almost a pit stop, isn't there? And you know, it's something that we all have to learn to try to overcome. Some people are naturally more consistent than others, but yeah, I've been impressed with the efforts of Burnett today, but I've been even more impressed with the efforts of this man here, Trevor Johnson, who enters his final lap.
yeah, he did all the work he needed to in the pits. We called it. We said that he just needs to stay close for that last lap, you know, before the pit stop phase, so he's got the chance to jump him. He did just that. He's got out in front of him. He's drove faultlessly since then.
Yeah, and he looks... Oh, it's twitching to the hairpin there. He looks like he's very comfortable. I think that's what he's looked like all the way through the race today. A little bit, tiny bit inconsistent at the beginning, but he was just finding his feet, and you might have been right. Both of those guys might have just been able to be trying to cover each other off. But since Simon Black came to grief with the tyre barrier, well, first with Justin and then with the tyre barrier, it's not really had any opposition as Johnson. He's driven very well.
Yeah, you got Justin here, second place. I'm not sure what's going to happen post-race with that, but certainly that incident's going to get looked at post-race. So, you know, we'll call it as second place at the moment, but to be reviewed.
Yep, and and barring disaster on the last corner, it's going to be a win for Club England. And Trevor Johnson, so well done. Home race.
Yeah, be delighted with that, winning his home race.
There. Trevor Johnson takes the checkered flag at Oulton Park to win. Brilliant effort. And Justin with a very good race as well. He did have an incident there, but good second place for him. And Atkins in third, Cumper fourth.
Yeah.
Burnett finished only 9.7 seconds behind. Top 5 covered by 10.
Tommy was delighted with that 4th place there. You could see as he was weaving across the line. Very happy with that. Simon Black is going to bring it home for 6th place. You can see that damage on the front left there. Not too bad, but enough to have slowed him down.
I'm surprised it's not too bad considering considering how hard he hit the wall. And then you've got Middleton coming over in 7th in the Monster Energy machine. Dave Oliver in P8. Oh, sliding across the line, and yeah, trying to crash it. Then we've got Prescott, Johnston and Spicer. Still on the lead lap. Prescott's trying everything to keep Kevin Johnston behind. Kevin Johnston's had a very quiet race today.
Yeah, I think he got caught up in something earlier on as well, if I'm not mistaken, so...
As Prescott comes around the last corner and takes 9th. That's a good effort from Dino, especially from 21st on the grid. Excellent stuff. Kevin Johnson, 11th on the grid, finishes 10th.
Yeah, Brett's Price to bring it home as well.
Yep, definitely. So that's everybody on the lead lap. 11 drivers, that's not bad. Not bad at all. It was a tough pace up front, wasn't it? And I think everybody else did pretty well to finish there. So overall, a really good V8 race here at Oulton Park. Alex, 30 laps of very good action and hard charging.
Yeah, delivered us another good one. Exciting. We called it through the pit stop phase. We said it was going to be that was going to be where all the action happened, and it certainly did. And it was very close there. Back marker involved in it and everything. So just from a spectator's point of view, just what you want to see and get on the edge of your seat about.
I think from the point of view of the race, it might have been quite nice to see Simon take the lead and then see what would have happened after that. But it was still exciting and it was still a very close finish.
Just as a quick note, just for those that are watching the stream, looks like the overlay's just not picking up the results properly there. So there's a couple of adjustments just need to go on, but occasionally that does happen, I'm afraid.
Does indeed. Been a very it's just been an exciting morning's action at Oulton Park. It's a good way to spend the Saturday morning.
Just gonna have a quick look, see if we can spool that start up again so we can see what happened a bit further back.
Must admit, we do have a terrific job for ARL-TV, and it's not work when it's this much fun.
Oh, indeed. No, trust me, I wouldn't get up at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday for something like this if I didn't enjoy it.
That's it.
But no, yeah, I'm just on the stream now. I'm just having a quick look at the back. Oh, yeah, just a few cars there involved. Matty getting in, taking the brunt of it. Yeah, a lot of cars went out.
Yeah, it was just a little bit messy, wasn't it, at the beginning?
I think it's quite common though. You see that in the fast, the fast corners, sort of turn ones. Bit like Road America, really. It's very similar first corner. It's quite tight. There's a little bit more room here than perhaps there, but you have to get it spot on, otherwise you are really going to struggle.
Everybody always thinks it's the slow corners that cause trouble at the beginning. It's usually the slightly faster ones, actually.
Unless it's Monza, of course, and yeah.
It was a terrific effort. I'm going to have to dash off now, but I really enjoyed that race, and I will. I'll leave you to it. I will catch you at the end of the week for GP260, I believe.
Yeah, we're back GP260, Suzuka circuit, I believe it is.
Excellent.
Obviously, next week we are also back here for Twin Ring Motegi for round 7 of this championship. So that should be interesting. That should be an interesting little race, Just
should get some more overtaking there, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so. So, and just give another big shout out to our league sponsors as well. So iRacing.com, Pagnian Imports, Apex Racing League, and Sim News Daily. They all do a great job and support us well. So thanks a lot, guys.
Indeed, they do, and you do a great job as well, Alex. So I will see you next week.
Yes, mate. See you then. Have fun.
Yeah.
I'll just stick around just for a moment, just to see if anybody jumps up into the Ready for Interview channel. But if not, we'll call it a day, and we will see you guys next week. But until then, just enjoy this little commercial break.
tell you about iRacing's precision-engineered cars. I can tell you about iRacing's authentically detailed tracks. I can tell you about iRacing's incredibly satisfying physics.
But what I can't tell you is what it's like to be part of this.